Today I will showcase Farming Simulator 22. So first I'll start with how to farm. So you're going to need a tractor, like the one I got right here. And you're going to need a plot of land that you have bought. So the first step in farming is to plow your field. Plowing your field is really important to get that nice fertilized soil that's underneath the ground on this top layer out. So let's just start. I'm gonna unfold it. That now you lower it. Now just drive the cruise control on. So right now I'm just going to do a little bit of the field, since this is a giant field. Okay, now that we're done with plowing, now the next step is seeding. So I got a seeder right here, hooked up to my tractor. I'm just gonna hook up onto it. Now, this is a weird seeder, but you usually just the seeders drive the road, but this is a special one. So now that it's seeded, almost seeded, we're going to cut off. Okay, so while we're waiting for our field to grow, I want to go ahead and show how you log. So there are two ways to log. The first way I'll be showing you is by chainsaw. So to find chainsaws, you'll go from the third menu, the tools menu, third down from the top. And you'll see that it's right next to forestry equipment and right under mowers. So you're just going to click chainsaws, and then you can pick any of these. They're all the same price, they're exactly the same. So I'll just go ahead and buy this one for $1,000. And then you just head out. So you gotta get out of your tractor, and then you equip it by switching hand tool. So you can rotate it like this. This is how you cut a tree. So you're gonna wanna rotate it straight so you get a nice cut, and go low so you can get the most out of your tree. So you press the activate hand tool button, and it cuts it right down. Okay, so now you see this, you're just gonna press the activate button really fast, but not slow, or else it'll just cut right through it like this. So you gotta be careful, but now there's no limbs on it. Now you can note it. So you can either chip it, or you can sell it off. I'll get back to that after the next way to cut logs. Okay, so the second way to cut trees down is to use a machine. So first you gotta unfold it, then you gotta turn it on. So I'll just turn it on, and I'll just go up to this tree. You just gotta go up to this tree and get it in this claw. So once it's around, you're just gonna press cut, and it'll grab onto it and just wait for it to fall. So you really want to make sure that it's not towards your tires, or else it might flip your truck, and then that's a whole lot of problems. So now you're just gonna press cut. So cut it into whatever segments you want. You can do different lengths. 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 15, 20 max. But I'm gonna put it on 5. So you can just keep cutting it, and it auto dents, unlike the chainsaw. So these things are really nice and easy to use, but there is a problem. It's that they're very, very expensive in the world. They're $500,000, and that's really not easy in this game, but to get. So this is a late game sort of machine, but the next step is loading. So we're back to loading. So you don't want to get a truck, ideally with these little spikes on the sides, and you don't need the crane on the back. You can use a wheel loader with an attachment on it. So something like this sort of, so you're going to want to take a wheel loader, just like this. You can take one of these attachments. You're going to want to buy the log fork. These work good. You can also use, as an alternative, is a telehandler. So you can use one of these. Or you can use front loaders, skid steers. I like skid steers because they're little and they're strong. And they can go up almost any hill. So I recommend using a skid steer if you are going to use it. A truck without a crane. There's one more option though for loading. You can also use a here. You can use a skidder. Now, base game, it comes with this skidder. So you can change the tires, get tracks on it, blades with blades. This is mainly for moving them, but you can still use them for hauling. It just can't fit as many, and it's not as easy. So you don't have to. Now, like I said with the chainsaw, you don't have to just sell these logs. You can mulch them. To mulch them, you gotta get a mulcher. Now, they make mulcher. Now, there's mulcher trailers. So you can use this, or you can use a trailer. Found in forestry equipment. Here's a mulcher. It grinds down stuff, but if you still want to sell it, you want something like this. This is a trailer mulcher. Really, you can attach it to anything with a hitch. So I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna unfold the truck. get the thing ready. You see, you'll be teleported right then to the crane. Unfold it, you can move it up, down, side to side, out, and move it. Grab it, twist it. That's pretty versatile. I'm just going to open the block and move it up. Move it over, right over these logs. You're going to want to now, after you're right in the logs, you want to lower it. And got to get it nice and tight. But also kind of you ideally really want to grab it in the middle of the log. Because otherwise it's really hard to control when you're putting the logs on the floor. It's a disorder. So I'm picking way up. Picking way up, you can zoom in the camera. So once you're right over the trailer, you want to move it. You want to move it in. And now you just want to go down. Perfect. Open your clock. Release it. It was released. So you can load it like this. And this is really nice. Now you can do whatever you want with it. Sell it, you can keep it. Now that the crops are finished growing, now you gotta harvest them. So first of all, to harvest them, you're gonna want a harvester. And you're going to want a harvester head. Depends what you're growing and what you're harvesting with, but for most things like sorghum right here, you're going to want to use just a regular head. Now in the shop, if you go into the tool section, go into headers, there's corn headers too. And then there's forage harvester headers. So as you can see right at the bottom, right next to the weight of the implement, you can see what it can harvest. So, but right now I'm just using a regular header. This can be used for almost anything: wheat, barley, a lot of things. So you're going to want to take your harvester and header, and you want to unfold it first. Now after that, you're going to want to lower it. Now turn it on. You need to put your pipe out a bit, but you don't really have to. So now you just drive forward, and that just does it. Now I like putting straw swap on, but it only works on certain types of crops. So that if you want to make bales, you're going to have to, you can use that on wheat or grass. So to get bales, you're going to want to enable straw swap. I can't do it right now since I am not able to make straw for this crop. But if you do enable straw swap, it will create a line here at the back. It'll just be like a long pile of crop. So, and then take your baler and just drive it. Okay, now that my tank is full of grain, you can see down here right by the speedometer, you can see right there that it shows 100%. That means you're completely filled. So what do you do with that? So you're going to get a trainer, just like this one right here. So with this, you just gotta, first you gotta open the cover. Once it's open, you're just gonna drive it to where you harvested, right under the pipe. The pipe has to be out or it will not dispense it to the trainers. So while it fills up, you can get out of the truck and it will still come out. So with this grain, you can either sell it or put it in a silo for later use. So it's always nice to have extra grain just in case you're low on money and you need some emergency money for anything, gas or any sort of vehicle repairs. So I recommend put maybe half of it into half of the grain into a silo and the rest into just sell it. So the last subject I'll be covering in this video today is animal husbandry and animals in general. So to start, you need a pen. So to get a pen, you're going to want to head into this bottom little 3 lines. Once you're in there, you're going to press construction. It'll bring you to this construction menu where you can build buildings. So we want to go into animals. I'm just going to use cows, but you can use whatever you want. So there's multiple types. So there's cow pasture, cow barn, large cow barn, and cow barn with feed-in robot. So I recommend saving up for the cow barn with feed-in robot, since you just gotta put some stuff in. It's automatic. You can put more than one type of food in and more at the same time. It's nice, and you can fit 80 cows, but it is expensive. So I'll just do the cow pasture. So with the cow pasture, you can either go over there you may be wondering, where are the cows? And you'd be right. The cows aren't there. because you don't get cows. This is the pen. So you gotta add food and water. But to get cows, you can either buy them directly here, but if you look right under what it would charge you for the cows, if you look, it says a transport fee is applied if you do not transport the animals with your own livestock trailer. So it will cost more. So if you decide to get one of these bigger cows, older cows, then I recommend just hauling them yourself, since this gets pricey fast. Instead of the $1,500, you gotta pay $100 more. And when you're buying 15 cows, it really adds up. So if you look at it, if you add all 15 in, that comes to a total of $24,000. So that's $1,000 difference if you transport yourself. So I'm just gonna buy them so I can show you. So now you got your cows. Now this one is 18 months old. But notice in the screen right there under its type and age and count, you'll see that the health is 0 and the reproduction is 0. So the health means that you gotta put food and water and all the necessities in. So to put all your necessities in, you're gonna need different trailers and trucks. So I'm gonna buy a truck, and I'll show you exactly step by step how to deliver it. So you get a truck, just like this one right here. Now you need a trailer. So let's get this trailer. So you gotta buy it. Now if you play in a new farmer difficulty, it does give you a trailer. So I recommend using that. But I'll just buy one so you can see the process. So once you have those trailers, you're also going to need a water trailer. So there are trucks and modifications to the games that you can download, but it's complicated and it's unnecessary and it takes up more space on your computer. So I recommend just buying a water trailer. So you'd find the water trailers, in this page. Right here, this liquid water trailer. So I'm gonna buy this one. So it doesn't matter, but they do make bigger water trailers. So once you have the water trailer, you're gonna get your truck. You're gonna first hook up to this semi-trailer. Okay, now that I'm here at my farm, so to get food, you're gonna have to drive under a silo, which is filled up directly from your harvester. So I'm just going to use this silo. I'm just gonna fill it with, let's see, wheat. Pick whatever amount you want. I'll just fill it to the brim. I'm going to get in your vehicle, your truck, and I'm going to press start filling. Choose what you want, and it'll just start loading it up. Now don't press start overloading. That means that it will start unloading it. And if you do that, if you press start overloading, which can be found here, it's not just at silos when you're being filled. If you press that, all your grain will pile up into a giant pile. So be careful on what you're pressing. So this is enough for now. So you're going to drive up here with your grain. So, Farming Simulator, this version of the game is very particular. Very, very particular on where and how you unload. So it's really easy to accidentally unload on somewhere on just the ground and not into a pen. So with this trailer, you can unload on both sides. It tips to the left, to the right. So the reason it didn't work when I drove just the opposite way that I am now, it didn't work because it wasn't on the setting to unload on that side. It's very, very, very particular. So that's why the automatic robot feeder pen is really nice, because you just put it in a little, just a concrete place, and the robot does it all for you instead of you having like line the truck up perfectly and do all of that. So that's why I recommend it. If you're going to do anything related to animals, just save up for animal robot. So now I'll show you how to get water for them. That was pretty crazy, but not a big hurdle. turning into the motor dealership. I'm just going to connect to the trailer. So to get water, you kind of either gotta go to a well. So a well is just a giant plastic water tank. Usually there is one located on your farm, but there is an alternative. And usually when you're filling up from a well, you gotta pay, and it's not cheap. So if you don't want to pay, you can go pick up from a river, just like down this hill. But specifically on this map, it's much easier. Instead of going down across the road, right behind the house is a very nice connection to the river. So once you see the refill mobile water tank button, start filling it up, and it goes up pretty fast. This is a small water tank, so it doesn't fit very much, but it's much better than, but it's still the only way for you to get water for your cows without paying. So once you've got your water, you're just going to take it over to your pen, just like what I'm doing right now. Just drive right over there. And if you look at this symbol right here by the front of my truck, it's a drop symbol. And just like with unloading on grain, it is a pain to get it in the right spot. You're gonna open your cover. And just press RB1 when at the bottom of the screen it says start overloading. Now you see it's starting to come out. Now if you look out here, you should start to see right in the cow pasture. It's the second from the bottom and the fourth from the top. It says 5,000 liters of water. So now it's filled up, and now, if you have both grain, food, and water in them, they will start to produce milk. So this is true for almost all animals except for dogs and bees in this game. But there is a very cool mechanic that sets aside horses from the other livestock. So unlike cows, unlike pigs, sheep, and chickens, horses, if you place down their barn, just like this, and you head over there. You still gotta buy the horses like some of the other animals, but when you buy them, you can buy different colors and stuff, but this doesn't matter. So, now that you have your horses, you're going to want to go up to them and you can ride them. You can trot, walk, canter, then you can gallop, then jump, and this is a great alternative to cars, especially, and you see right under jump and canter, the buttons, you'll see that it says riding, and it's a percentage going up and up and up. You ideally want to ride every horse to 100% for them to make their health go up. So it's not too hard. You don't even have to be at your computer or console. You can just find a nice straight road and just let them go. Just turn around, then the road, and you can do it pretty easily. But you do have to feed them, just like the cows and some of the other ones. So, dogs and bees, I mentioned that they're not like the other animals. So, I'll show you. So, you get them just like all the other animal pens, right in the animal tab, in the construction place. So, if you look here, those bees, you can get different beehives. So you're going to want to buy this, the beehive. Any of these work, they're all the same. But it's really useless. And so it can increase, it's really useless unless you place it near a field. Which this one, since it's right near a field, you can see the bees are coming out of it, and it will increase the yield, the production, and how much you actually get from the field. So that is really nice. But even better is that when you get a honey pallet location right in front of it, now it will start generating pallets full of honey jars, which you can move using forklifts. So you're going to want to buy a forklift or a telehandler, but ideally you want something with forks, and not just any forks, you want pallet forks. So you might want this, telehandlers work, wheel loaders work. Even front loaders work. You can even something like a skid steer can get forks, pallet forks. But if you're not sure if you want to spend the money on an expensive wheel loader, since these are very late game. Except for this one, and maybe just this one. The Case IH one, that's a really affordable one, but it's still expensive. So, and the telehandler is just expensive, just a little cheaper. So I just recommend buying the cheapest forklift. So once you get your forklift, you're just gonna drive your forks into the pallet, pick it up, and you'll be good. You can pick it up and then you can sell it. Put it on a trailer, make sure to strap it down, because it will fly off. So right now it's not producing very much. So you won't get much income. But to make more honey, you're gonna want to go into your settings, go into time scale, right here, third from the bottom, third from the top, and you want to go, so real time, it's the real scale of the time, so 1 hour in real life is 1 hour in the game. Now half is even slower. It's half. It's basically times. It's slower than real time, but the fastest is 360 times. But be aware that if you do put it on those, it does increase bee honey production, but it is really bad because if you have any crops, so it will age them up. So right now it's August, but if you are trying to make a bunch of honey, you gotta make sure that it's in growing season. If you are gonna speed up the time, early growing season or after harvesting season. Because if you're too late and it's December and you decide to pick it to harvest whatever you're growing, it will be dead. A very good example is right here. I waited too long to harvest it. Now it's withered and unusable. All you can do with this now is plow it and plant it for next season. So pretty much be very careful with timescale. So one last thing with animals. If you go into others, doghouse. So if you click and place doghouse, go over here, and you have a dog. You can fill his bowl, and you can come here, and he can eat it. And once he's done, you can have him come towards you. So right now he's in follow mode. But be very careful when he's in follow mode. Sometimes he glitches and just runs off. This has happened to me several times. It is very annoying. But you can pet him. He rolls around in the dirt. He's really cute. And you get an achievement for that. So with that concludes this showcase of Farming Simulator 22. I really hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.